On a sunny fall day, a host of musicians filled the air with song to raise money so that one day soon, a little girl named Emma will be able to hear their music in all its richness.
Well, my husband and I adopted Emma from Vietnam when she was 4 months old, and she was very, 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 very ill and was diagnosed while we were in Vietnam as being HIV positive. So we spent 2 months getting her out of Vietnam and into the US, and then we got here and she had all this testing here, and they said she wasn't HIV positive. And then a couple months, 2 months actually after that, she lost her hearing.
At age 4, Emma was implanted with Cochlear's Nucleus 24.
After Emma had the first cochlear implant, she started to be able to really develop speech and understand English at a pretty rapid rate, which was phenomenal for us.
She can hear music, she can sing, she can hear her father play the guitar. It's been like watching a miracle happen. It's just, she has this wonderfully fierce, curious mind. And being able to hear has just, it's like watching a flower bloom. She's extending herself into the world.
It's time to take a bath, said Snake. Where? Said Judy. Indeed.
The reason we've decided to go ahead with the second surgery is to really help Emma as she goes into higher grades, where there's a lot more content in the material she's studying, and also the classroom gets noisier. With one cochlear implant, she has really tremendous comprehension in quiet environments, really without any problems. But when she's in noisier environments and it's new material that she's not familiar with, having the greater depth and ability to distinguish signal and noise and get directionality in terms of where sounds are coming from will really make a big difference in her feeling comfortable that she's on an even playing field in school. As well, it gives her a lot of ability to enjoy music more, and she'll get less tired because she's not working as hard to hear because she has more resources.
Certainly there'll be less exhaustion. You know, people that are struggling to hear or struggling to see or often are exhausted at the end of the day, and I think she'll have more energy. I don't think she'll be so tired out.
With Emma, I'm most excited the fact that she's getting a second implant and that her socialization, I would expect, would be so much better. Emma does quite well with her single-sided implant, but she doesn't do well in social situations when there's a lot of background noise and things that are distracting to her.
I can't really hear well that recess, because lots of kids are screaming.
Functioning in noise is so much better when you can hear from both ears. I'm excited for Emma to be able to tell where sounds are coming from, for her to listen to music. All of those things people report to be so much more rich and full with a second implant.
I can hear over here and over there both. I can hear this ear go that way and that way. This is pushing me. Is that here too?
Her parents really wanted to benefit from new technology. They also saw the research that showed that as we wait and wait and wait with younger kids, by the time they're getting up in the 8 to 13-year-old group, they don't seem to do as well with that second implant.
On November 20th, Emma had surgery to receive a Nucleus Freedom cochlear implant in her second ear.
The operating room's not so scared. And my doctor, who will be surgeon who cut my ear, he showed me the tiny knife. Really tiny.
With Emma, I think the effect of having her second implant long term will be very positive. I think she will do better in school. She'll be able to function in competitive noise environments as she gets older. She's a very bright kid, very bright parents, and I think that she's going to be able to do very, very well as she gets into middle school and high school and college and graduate school, where the noise environments are more competitive.
Lily, drop it.
And many parents have commented that their child is just more aware. They have faster responses to things. And it seems to me, from my experience, that they're a lot less focused. They don't have to try as hard. They don't have to work as hard to hear what they need to hear.
A growing number of cochlear recipients are benefiting from bilateral implants.
Now, when she got the second implant 13 months later, that to me was the biggest difference. Her quality of life is, there needs to be a way to measure it because it is unbelievable, the difference. At birthday parties, she stays involved the entire birthday party, as opposed to with one implant, she would remove herself after about 30 minutes.
I hear better with 2 implants.
I was very pleased with the first implant and was excited about what I was able to hear, the birds singing and things that I haven't heard in years, and being able to use the phone again. So I decided I wanted to try to localize the sounds more because I was looking around a lot, not knowing where the sound was coming from. With the bilateral, I could identify that the sound was coming from this side rather than this side.
I'm considering getting a second implant, bilateral. So right now it's doing pretty good, and in the future I only see it improving. So I'm hoping to get another one on the other side.
We are dying to go bilateral. When she was implanted 6.5 years ago, in America they were not doing bilaterals yet, only in Germany. But we will get her one. We will definitely get her another one.
My opinion about bilateral implants has definitely changed over the last 2 years. I originally was not recommending it to my patients, but as more research has been done, as we're seeing the effect of bilateral implants in adult patients, and as we're getting some experience with our own patients, my thoughts have changed. I do think there's a clear benefit to it. I can honestly say if my son or daughter had a hearing loss and had a single implant, they would be signed up to get a second side. I'm that firm of a believer in bilateral implants at this point.
I just think that Cochlear is a great company. I think that some of the other companies that I hear about, they implant you and then they're finished and they wash their hands of you. But Cochlear does not do that. They kind of keep you going as almost like a family member. I think that's a really important part of the process, is having a company that's going to be there for you.
Recipients that have experienced what it was like to hear with one implant, who have subsequently been fit with 2. Those are the patients that have convinced me. Not even the literature. It's the patients telling me I would never go back to hearing with 1.
I don't have to say what all the time.
It's all about a life of sound for our recipients. Cochlear, here now and always.